Hockenheim for the 1996 NitrOlympix. We're at the track normally used by the Formula One cars, but this weekend, instead of the Formula One teams frequenting the pits, it's packed full of drag racing machinery. The big news is the #1 qualifier here in Top Fuel is Great Britain's Gary Page. And Page's team very, very confident for this weekend.
You come along here, you snatch #1 position by 100th of a second, and it's a new track record.
Oh yeah, I mean it was. We knew the car would run well, as I said yesterday when we had a problem with the magneto, so we knew the car would step up, but we didn't think it'd run that quick. It's a different experience. I mean, I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's never got me like that in funny car. So I don't know. It's very different.
Consistency?
Yeah, we haven't changed anything. We've got Andy Carter in the first round. You know, anything can happen, so we're just going to go out there and try and run the same as we did yesterday.
#2 qualifier from Sweden, Vivica Averstedt, with a time of 5.16. The German Rico Antes here on his home turf in the #3 spot. He obtained that time in the dark last night, causing lots of damage to his car, running a 5.16 into the pitch black. #4 qualifier, the current Top Fuel champion Jens Nebo from Denmark, recording a time of 5.23. Tommy Happinen from Finland in 5th spot, and the man down the bottom of the pile, Britain's Andy Carter. And he meets Gary Page in the first round, Vivica Averstedt, Tommy Happinen from Finland, and the German Rico Antes against the existing Danish champion Jens Nebo. So here they come up to the start line for the first pair, and it is the 2 red cars of the 2 Brits. Gary Page, the 39-year-old air conditioning engineer from Bedfordshire, who must be feeling very, very confident here, having run that 5.15 during qualifying, up against Andy Carter. And of course, Carter into Top Fuel Dragsters, now in his 2nd season in this car, and looking to get this car running properly. He's had a lot of problems here at Hockenheim this weekend. Can he match the performance that Gary Page has been turning in Runa Field's Mac Tools sponsored car? And they're away together. But there's a problem for Andy Carter. That's a blower belt going on the Eichel Hoses sponsored machine. Gary Page takes the win, 5.30. And let's just look at that explosion again on Andy Carter's car. That put paid to his challenge. Here's our next pair. Vivica Averstedt against this man, the Hesburger-sponsored Finnish driver, Tommy Happinen. Happinen was our #5 qualifier, running a 5.35. Problems this weekend. Vivica, a 5.16. She was leading the pack at one stage with that time, to be eclipsed by Gary Page in 2nd spot in qualifying. Has she got the measure of this man in the opposing lane? And a big explosion from the Valvoline car. She takes the win, 5.22, but there's a lot of damage to that car, and that is a massive engine explosion. These nitro-burning 5,000 horsepower engines absolutely grenading as she makes her way down the quarter mile. Well, here's our next pair. And as Germany's Rico Antes burns out, he knows he's got a real fight on his hands here with the current Top Fuel champion, Jens Nebo, in the opposing lane. Antes tried so hard to get that #1 qualifying spot from Gary Page and drove into the darkness, really damaging his Lux Clutches machine. But now let's see as we come up to the start line. The German furthest away from the camera. It's going to be close. These are our #3 and 4 qualifiers. And it is Rico who takes the win. And it's a track record, 5.08. No wonder the team are celebrating along with this massive German crowd here. Very partisan crowd. And let's just look at that again. That is a track record and a best ever time for the German Rico Antes. Let's just have a quick word with him.
How happy are you?
I would say, what can you expect? I mean, I'm as happy as one can be that has 3 years jinx on the car, and now finally it's kind of got off my back and left me real good and relaxed on that run, and it went perfect.
It looked a perfect run.
Yeah, it was so smooth. I couldn't believe it was so fast, because it felt like it was, well, okay, but not that fast.
Okay, we're into the second round of European Top Alcohol. This is how they shape up. And this is our first pair. Peter Beck from Switzerland in the dragster against the young Dutch driver Lex June, the man, if you remember, who won the Cannonball for Funny Cars in 1996. And they're away together, but Beck really is on a charge here this weekend. Takes a really good win, 5.96 back into the 5 to gain for Peter Beck. Well, he's going to be meeting one of these two in the next round. Another dragster, that's Anita Michaela from Finland, going every which way but straight. And just look at Dan Larson. Well, the rookie driver in the funny car crosses over into her lane. She takes the win and moves forward to meet Peter Beck in the next round. And just look at that, Larson having all sorts of steering problems. Well, here's our next pair, dragster and funny car once more, but these are both British drivers. Barry Sheevels, a man who can run down into the 5-second bracket, was our number 2 qualifier here against the funny car of Alan Jackson, the Oldsmobile Achiever. And it's Sheevels all the way through, 6.14 takes the win. And let's have a look at our final pair. Another dragster against funny car, Michael Kagerad from Sweden in the funny car, Peter Schofer from Germany in that lightweight Rick Santos powered dragster, and it's Kagerad who takes the win, a 6-0 for him.
You're on 6-0 here at the moment. Any chance of a 5 this weekend?
Yeah, I think we had got the 5 yesterday if the clutch has hooked up on the second gear. So we are going to try again now. The same combination with a little more weight on the clutch and see what's happened.
How do you find the track? Is the track good?
Yeah, the track is good. Very good.
Enjoy yourself, Mickey.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, we move on into the first round of Pro Modified. The big news here this weekend, Andy Robinson from Great Britain in the Rover Coupe is the number 1 qualifier at 7.03. And in the first round, he meets the Netherlands' Henry Houston with his Chevrolet Bel Air. Well, as always, smoky burnouts from these 200 miles per hour 6-second door slammers. Henry Houston, though, lots of problems for him. He broke during qualifying last night, and the car has let him down again, the car being pushed back behind the start line. Problems for him. He's out of the race, so it's going to be a solo run then for Great Britain's Andy Robinson. Don't forget, he was our number 1 qualifier. He ran a 7.03, and on his own, without a pace car, what's he going to run? Into the 6s for the first time. Andy Robinson, well done, 6.95. What a stunning run from him. As we look at our next pair, that with the smoky burnout is Great Britain's Neil Taylor and Rolf Amand saying, hey, which way's the track? This is a 36 blown Chevrolet Coupe. Absolutely beautiful looking car, stunning the crowd here this weekend. And here we go then, it's Switzerland with the Coupe against the Chevrolet Lumina from Great Britain of Neil Taylor. Taylor was our number 4 qualifier, Rolf Amand was our number 5, so not much to choose between them on qualifying times, but it's Taylor all the way through. Neil Taylor takes the win, 7.13. He meets Andy Robinson in the next round. Well, if you like classic American cars, Pro Modified has got to be for you. Gordon Appleton with his Chevrolet Camaro in the left-hand lane. Marcus Hilt from Switzerland with his Chevrolet Bel Air in the opposing lane. And it looked to me as though Hilt was away first. But the power of this Camaro turning on the top, a big explosion for Marcus Hilt. He loses the race, 7.48 takes the win for Gordon Appleton, but a big lot of engine damage for Marcus Hilt. It's Chevrolet Bel Airs everywhere, isn't it? Peter Wacker from Switzerland against this man from Great Britain. This is Nick Davis in his Oldsmobile Cutlass. Nick was our number 3 qualifier, having run a 7.30 with his supporters firmly behind him. Is he going to overcome Peter Wacker? Let's watch them as they come up to the start line. And that looked to me, yeah, Nick Davis jumped the start line. The red light coming on in that left-hand lane. He's automatically disqualified. The win goes to Peter Wacker with the Chevrolet Bel Air at 8.21. And let's just see that again. That little hop step and a jump across the start line said it all for Nick Davis. He's out of competition. Well, when you're in Germany, there's a car for the people. It's the people's car, of course, the Volkswagen Beetle, taking us up to the break. And will there be more non-stop action in part 2 from the NitrOlympix here at Hockenheim.
Sometimes when we fear the worst, a hero comes to save us, a divine talent born to score.